Fox 56 Sports Director Mitch Brown.
And Sports Director Mitch Brown, live now.
One thing that this team is adamant about this year, they are not the 2022 Kentucky Wildcats. Of course, they have a chance to rewrite their story, as they've been saying all season long, here tomorrow night. 2 days away from the big race, the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. The outfits have been phenomenal out here today. People stepping it up for Thurby. Tomorrow is Oak State. With Florida on Saturday, protecting Will Levis and giving him time to find his guys will be the point of emphasis. The other point of emphasis, the O-line, not the only position on offense with some shuffling happening. The running back room is thin. The anticipation, the noise, it is rising by the minute out here in Kansas City. We are less than 30 minutes away from the draft beginning and the Carolina Panthers being on the clock. Key word in the locker room after this game, loose. Guys just let go of all the tension and just really played their game tonight. That's why they get out of here with an 8-point victory. They're headed to Sunday. We'll talk to the players and coaches again tomorrow with a practice day here back at Greensboro Coliseum. No Mountain West team had ever reached the Elite Eight coming into today, but now San Diego State continues to push the glass door. They're headed to the Final Four. Y'all see that? It's the Brinks truck with the GPS routed to Devin Booker's crib because the former Kentucky star has agreed to a 4-year, $214 million contract extension with the Phoenix Suns this evening. When that ball left your hands with 4 seconds left, what was going through your mind?
Honestly, it felt like a movie. I could see the ball going in slow motion. I knew I was hitting that shot.
This is Broadway Street, folks. It is packed, it is rocking, and they are about to get this music bumping out here. It is a fantastic atmosphere. The Cats really just trying to be like this Georgia Heat out here and be low-key and creep up on you throughout the day and take over. That's going to do it for now, though. From the SEC Media Days here in Atlanta, I'm Mitch Brown, Fox 56 Sports.
My heart kind of broke. There was like 3 inches of mud everywhere.
Devastation at Breathitt High in eastern Kentucky from flooding waters.
There's nothing you could really do about it. They didn't know where to start. It was horrible.
This was outside of the football facilities after the rain had stopped. This was the aftermath inside the Bobcats locker room.
I mean, their locker room, it got 5 or 6 feet of mud and, their trophies and stuff.
Covered in mud. So thoughtful words weren't going to cut it for Coach Doug Charles and his Lexington Christian Academy football team. They did what they know best. They made a play to lend a hand.
I would just raise it when you see a need and some person in need that, you do everything that you can to try to help. So when I saw that, and of course the coaching fraternity and football is, everybody thinks we're these bitter rivals, but really the fraternity is really, really strong.
And just like that, the Eagles touched down in Breathitt County to collect the Bobcats' entire locker room Sunday morning and brought it back to campus. In the afternoon, it was all hands on deck at LCA. Players, coaches, parents, and the community, washing and wiping every crevice to try and restore and save Breathitt's football season.
We all kind of enjoy it. It's kind of just like one big family, and with Breathitt County and Pikeville was there too. Just it feels like everybody's kind of got your back. Like we know if something were to happen here, there'd be a few schools coming and help us. So it's like one big family across the whole state.
As families sort out their homes in Breathitt County, trophies, helmets, cleats, and shoulder pads, anything that meant something to the Bobcats football program was getting attention from the Eagles family at a time where hope and help are needed.
They have a rich tradition down there, and it's a matter of purpose and pride for that community, and to be able to give those young men that work so hard in the off season and the staff and all the community something to rally around, that it's important that we get that back, and that's one of the things that was our purpose when we set about to do this.
The grueling grind of a wrestling gym. Larry Jones knows all about it. He's been inside the ring for more than 20 years. Thousands of matchups across the Midwest and country over the years, but inside this garage, the Scott County High School grad helps train local wrestlers with aspirations to travel the country, bouncing and slamming just like he has.
I had an opportunity with my friend Max Sled to help these guys and girls to have an even better path than I did. I know what my struggles were, and we've just decided, like, let's change that. Let's make them, let's help them, give them the tools to get there quicker than we did without the pain and the heartache, and doing it the right way.
One of his quickest learners has been Alexis Littlefoot. She stepped inside the ropes in 2020. When the pandemic hit, she made the pivot. And now the University of Kentucky graduate is flying off ropes and up radars as her footprint in the wrestling community grows.
It's actually always been something I've wanted to do. I've loved wrestling for virtually half my life, so and just never really had the opportunity. I went to college, got my degree, and finally just decided to chase my dream.
There's no facade when it comes to Littlefoot's character inside the ring. It's her authentic self, turned up a notch. Not afraid of opponents, not fearful of the grind. Alexis designs her own costumes and drives from state to state to gain the exposure.
And a pump kick there from Littlefoot.
Like, wrestling will really teach you, like, to be hungry and to really put that grind in. I mean, look at where we're at. We're not in a fancy, like, state-of-the-art facility. It's like really like the ground up grind, and I love that. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here.
The current WWE Women's Champion is Bianca Belair, the first black superstar to hold a world title for more than 300 days in WWE history. An important milestone as Littlefoot strives to make it a normal occurrence in the industry.
I really like to say that wrestling is in a renaissance right now. Like, you know, I was a little girl at home watching wrestling on TV and didn't really see too many girls. There was one or two, but they weren't really shown and highlighted how they are today. And that's also another motivator for me, is to be that girl for another little black girl at home.
In the meantime, the grind continues until the flex is seen globally. In Cynthiana, Mitch Brown, Fox 56 Sports.
Fox 56 Sports Director Mitch Brown.
And Sports Director Mitch Brown, live now